AkronHipHop.com, the Reporter Newspaper Online.com. Man, oh man, you know what, bruh? I see you finally back in the capital of Blackburn, Ohio. I call it AkronHipHop.com. Steve, tell everybody your name and what you do, buddy.
Hey, my name is Steve Gaulding, personal injury and legacy planning attorney.
So this is great. You know what our mission is here at AkronHipHop.com. We paint positive images of our people every day, right? And guess what? I say this, but it's not too cliche. You are already painting. I ain't got to paint nothing. You already painted, man. Tell somebody what made you decide to be a lawyer, to be an attorney?
So growing up, my dad was an attorney. I saw him working, the things that he did in the community, and I was like, oh, that's something that I would like to do as well. So I just followed my dad's footsteps, ended up being an attorney.
Oh man, that's incredible. You know, the guy at the Reporter newspaper, the whole family, the founder was an attorney as well too.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Hey, I wish you know what? If I had a daddy like that, who I saw doing that, you usually mimic what you see.
Right.
And that's the proof in the pudding, man. If your dad playing football, guess what?
Right.
You want to be a football player.
Yep.
If your dad was a rapper, guess what? Well, I guess I'm rapping.
Footsteps.
Right. So listen, man, tell everybody, man, now why would people here in Akron be more apt, because you out of Cleveland.
Correct.
You've been dealing with us for about a year now, right?
Indeed.
So why is it important to deal with AkronHipHop.com, the city of Blackburn in particular, and you in Cleveland?
Well, I'm just trying to expand and come down here to Akron. It's a great community. I've been welcomed with open arms. So I'm just trying to offer my services to anybody in need. Legacy planning, I feel, is an area that's underserved. And I think I can do some great things for the community in Akron.
What's legacy planning? Break it down. I'm 5 years old.
So legacy planning is protecting what you've worked your whole life for. So your retirement accounts, your real estate, savings accounts, your house. When you pass or if you become incapacitated, somebody has to take control over those assets. And another issue that may rise up.
You all right? You want some credit?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Or another issue that may come up are taxes and triggering taxes. So what legacy planning does is minimize your exposure to a tax burden, minimize your children's exposure to a tax burden, and making sure that your property goes into the right hands. We don't want property going into a distant cousin's hands. We don't want property going to an absentee parent who's come back with their hands out. I've seen it many times in my personal injury practice in a wrongful death suit. We think the matter is concluded, but out the woodwork, an absentee father comes back and says, oh, I cared so much about my daughter.
That's real.
Right. And now they want money, trying to take money out of the child's pocket. So legacy planning prevents all of these possible hurdles from coming up and makes things as smooth as possible and gets as much of the asset in the beneficiary's hands.
So legacy planning, let me translate, is if I own a thing, if I die, okay, or become incapacitated, meaning sick as hell, right?
Correct.
Too tired to do anything based on my ailment, and I pass. My daughter gets it. My wife gets it. Somebody in the great line of the divine from me, right? Not my cousin Mook Mook from New York City or my fake dad who was supposed to be my real. None of that stuff is happening. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. So you get to identify or specify exactly who you want your beneficiaries to be and how much you want them to have and what you want them to have. So it could be money. It could be heirlooms, such as a watch that you want passed down.
What about my studio?
If it's your studio, real estate, you can pass that down. And again, with real estate, when you pass that down and the manner that you pass it down is important for taxes. So say, for example, you purchased a studio a long time ago for $20,000. And as time went on, the value of the studio increased. If you just put your child's name on the deed for the studio,
right,
there's going to be serious tax implications. But there's mechanisms that we use so that we can avoid those tax implications and having the value of that asset going to Uncle Sam and keeping it within the family.
So you know that insight.
Correct.
You got that knowledge you can't get in college. I think you may have got it out of college.
Right.
I can't say that with you.
Right. So it's a little bit of being out here, helping families. And that's how we get the knowledge to know what loopholes, really, they're legal loopholes to use to keep as much money in families' hands versus giving it to the state.
Man, listen, it's great to know a brother like yourself, man. Listen, I run into a lot of people that tells me they need an attorney. Like I got it on speed dial, but I do got it on speed. Like I've called you a couple of times, right?
Correct.
And you all the way in Cleveland, man. And again, we appreciate you for taking an interest in what we're doing here in Akron. Not just us, but the whole city at large, man, and everything. So if somebody get hurt here in Akron, who should they call?
Just give me a call, 216-239-1400, and don't be afraid of the distance. I come down to Akron often. I can even meet you where you are.
Okay, next time you come to Akron, you don't bring that hot sauce Williams, bruh. I'm having a severe problem with that. Okay?
Understood. I'll make it happen.
The one off Lee and Harvard.
All right, you want that one. Gotcha.
All right, man. Tell somebody how to get in touch with you one more time.
Again, 216-239-1400.
Have some fun and get something done, man. Peace.